If you've got a case of spring fever with this milder weather, you're not alone. The wildlife across the state is likely experiencing it too, especially with snow coming, right?
But tomorrow night, Old Man Winter is threatening to return with snow, and that could be a rude awakening for everybody, especially the animals outdoors.
Yeah, and our friends at the Michigan Wildlife Council want people to know about the importance of wildlife in Michigan. So today, Michelle Oliver is taking us to Belle Isle to see what the animals do to get by during the winter months.
While the cold may make you want to bundle up and hibernate or even fly south for the winter, you may be surprised to see that many critters like to stay and play right here in Michigan.
People are often very surprised when they see a robin in the winter here in southeast Michigan, but it's actually really common for robins to stay around this area because our winters are a little bit less harsh, and we tend to have a lot of ornamental trees like crab apples with fruit that stays all winter long.
But they aren't the only ones to call Michigan home during the winter months. Plenty of other animals have adapted to the cold as well.
Mammals, for example, put on a really thick winter coat. Birds remain really active. Birds like cardinals and blue jays and chickadees, they stay warm by trapping air between their feathers and their body. So a lot of times you'll see birds all fluffed up.
The cold doesn't seem to be a problem for the squirrels either.
On really, really cold days, they'll spend the day huddled in their nests. So they build nests out of leaves and twigs way up in the tops of trees. They kind of look like giant basketballs in the tops of trees. But on nice warm days like today, even though it doesn't feel very warm to us, it's warm for a squirrel, they'll be very active, moving around looking for seeds and nuts.
What about larger mammals?
Foxes and coyotes remain active this time of year. They put on a really thick winter coat to help them get through the winter. And they're really good hunters in the snow. They can actually hear mice under a couple feet of snow. They have such good hearing.
So what are some things that people can do at home to help the animals?
So a great thing people can do to help wintertime animals is to plant some of these plants that keep their berries year-round, like crabapple trees, dogwoods. And then bird feeders, of course, are a good strategy too, you know, just to help kind of supplement the birds' food in the winter time when food can be a little bit scarce.
And they obviously have been feasting. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bunch of husks of seeds all over the ground. So they've been enjoying this all-you-can-eat buffet.
This will help tide them over until spring, which Holly says is on its way.
We've been seeing some red-winged blackbirds around here today, which is an excellent sign that spring is coming. And then both the cardinals and chickadees start singing. And the chickadees have a very definite springtime song, and it sounds like cheeseburger.
They're calling to you, Jason Carr. Cheeseburgers.
I did take note of that burger. I'm so hungry right now. We have Antonio's here doing Italian for us, and Tanya's pizza's on the way, and I cannot wait to eat. And that burger, like, I zoomed right in on it.
Did you miss breakfast today?
I didn't have my usual, you know, the skillet or whatever.
I got you. Well, anyone interested in learning more about what the Michigan DNR does to conserve and manage, you know, our wildlife here in our great state, visit michigan.gov/DNR.
All right, and to learn more about the programs the Michigan Wildlife Council has going on across the state, visit their website here for mioutdoors.org.
Good stuff.